Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Academic Recovery, supporting students on academic probation, and this is from editor Michael T. Dial. And for those who don't know, I work at a college full-time. That's my full-time job. I run a tutoring center, and I'm an adjunct instructor. So this is part of my work, something that I'm reading for work, of my lovely notes here. And this book focuses on restructuring, rethinking, reframing support for students on probation. And I think this is an excellent read for anybody in the support end of academics in higher education, obviously focusing on specifically how this really creates it as a holistic approach from looking at it both as from an advising standpoint, from whether you're dealing with faculty advisors or professional advisors, and then looking at it from a collaborative community building experience through workshops, which preferably would be for credit and would get you closer to commencement, getting there, graduating. And the approach is that this book even has some great recommendations for you to check out. Like you have Dweck's mindset, you have Duckworth's grit, and it talks about those ideas and philosophies that should be incorporated into a probationary support. And it's all about the language, how it's presented, how it's reframed to be a supportive and constructive experience instead of a punitary something that is, this is, you screwed up, this is what you have to do now. This is your punishment. Trying to get that framing away. And I feel like this book does a great job of breaking things down into different aspects of how do you put it together? What are the results? How do you assess it? Because assessing is everything. I teach statistics. You have to assess. You have to be able to find ways to look at this data, look at these results, and build and grow from there. And this book gives some strong case studies in there, has plenty of actual studies with data. It is more of a technical read. It's not something that, casually going to read about academic recovery, which even that framing of how that is put is so much more important than academic probation or anything else. It's helping these students realize that they're just trying to turn things around and recover from a tough semester, a tough first year, something that put them off track. And this book does a great job of outlining so many ideas from the theoretical and the actual content of what you review with students on probation, but also from the structural, the assessment, the ownership of it, and how it challenges you to really think about how you reframe your plans, your policies, and how things need to be. And there's so many ideas here, so many things to process. It is a dense 160 pages to process through, a lot to take away from, a lot to think about, and to grow your programs or, say, launching one for the first time. I think this is essential reading. This really gives you an idea of things. And I know the challenge in higher ed is how things are run at your institution. I know at my institution, faculty have very strong union. You have some faculty that are really invested in advising, some are not. We can't have professional advisors. So that challenge, and there's aspects in this I really wish that we could put more ownership on the faculty advisors to help push the students. Hope that policy can pass something where this is for credit. But the most important thing, and where it's worked in the past in my institution, is the incorporation of community. Really having those students keep each other in check and take ownership of their experiences. And this book does a fantastic job of outlaying that, giving details, giving solutions, and giving ideas to progress your own programs. This is definitely worth a read if you're trying to launch a probationary program or trying to revamp yours. Definitely read this. Plenty of ideas. But those are my thoughts on academic recovery. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some books. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.